Today, we're back at the Village ProAm, and this time, I've got my cameraman Matt as my partner again. Last year, we came so close to taking home the win, and that near miss has been on our minds ever since. This year, we're back with a little more experience, a little more motivation, and a lot of unfinished business. Can we finally get it done? Let's tee it up and find out.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Come on, man.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As mentioned in the intro, we're back at the Parcours du Vieux Village ProAm. That loosely translates to the Old Town Golf Course. We're just waiting on the big man. Oh, look at that. Speak of the devil, here he goes. The big man Matt, cameraman Matt, as some of you might know him. Last year we came so close to winning this event, so we are back again to try to take care of business. Now there are two contests happening here today. There's the Pro-Am aspect, which is net best ball. Matt is getting 5 strokes in that event. So basically we play our own balls. At the end of the hole, whoever had the best score, that is our team score. There is also a pro-only event, just regular stroke play amongst the pros. So even if Matt has beaten me on a hole, I still have to finish out for my gross score in the pro contest. Now the Parcours du Vieux Village is a very nice golf course. From the gold tees, which I'm going to be playing today, it is just a shade under 6,600 yards. Matt, seeing as he's an amateur and based on his handicap, will be playing the blue tees, which is 6,124 yards. And here we go. Just like last year, our group is starting on the 10th hole. Now for me, from the gold tees, it is a 421 yard par 4 that doglegs around to the right. You can see they'd move the tee blocks over to the right, so you really don't have a great angle to get around the corner. Just looking for a good drive here to start the day, and I get that. Really good swing there to get things going. From the blue tees, the 10th hole plays 400 yards. Matt elected to hit a hybrid as he didn't feel comfortable hitting 3-wood. Unfortunately, he caught this just a little heely and it spun up into the wind a little bit. Ended up not carrying the water, unfortunately, so that's not the start that he was looking for. I'm sure he will take his drop short of the water, and this is him hitting a 5-iron, just trying to get it back in play. Not his greatest swing there either, unfortunately. That is going to be okay-ish. We'll see that in a second. So we find my ball,
one club length, right?
middle of the fairway,
Yeah.
105 yards in to a back right flag. Now, we didn't get a chance to play a practice round before this event. It was the first time I played the course this year. I wasn't sure how soft the greens were. That is the sand wedge, back into the wind, trying to fly it up onto that top shelf. Great looking golf shot, hit my landing spot, and it just spun way back. So that answers the question as to how soft the greens are. Now, Matt's ball ended up in a little bit of trouble. He's just going to chip out from there, put himself back in the fairway. So this is now his 5th shot. I think at this point he's basically just doing this for practice. Although that being said, he does stroke on the first 3 holes, so never know, I could maybe 3 or 4 putt. Anyways, you see here where my ball landed, that it spun all the way back down the hill, so I have got this long look at birdie back up the hill. Not a ton of break in it. This would be a great start. That's a good putt. Pace was very well judged. Just a slight misread. I'm going to be alright to go ahead, tap in for an opening par. That keeps me at even. Will also keep our team at even par. On to our second hole of the day, the par 3 11th. 208 yards for me today. Pin is at the front of the green. Wind a little bit off the left. I'm hitting a 5-iron here. Should be a good club for this. You don't really want to go too far past the pin because it's a big slope. But trying to draw that back into the wind and just overdid it. It's a little too far left. That's going to find the green side bunker, and that is going to be a fairly tough spot. Matt with 192 yards here, hitting a 7-iron. Pretty good looking strike there on a very good line.
Oh, what?
It landed just short of the green, took a huge kick to the right, but he is in a good spot, which is more than I can say for myself. Awkward stance, everything running away from me. Just gotta blast this out, land it short, let it trundle onto the green. And that was very well done from that position. I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to leave that above the flag. So Matt from just short right of the green, chipping back up the hill. Again, he strokes here. Up and down here for par, net birdie. There's a really well-judged chip shot right there by the young man. Gives him a very short look here for par. He's not even going to mark it. Step right up. Tap it in. Good par by Matt. I've still got work to do to save my par. Now this going straight downhill. A little bit of right to left in it.
Wow.
I didn't think it was possible for me to leave that short from above the hole. That is an unfortunate bogey after the bunker shot. Now it does get our team to 1 under par through 2 holes, going on to the 12th hole, which is a 573 yard par 5. This one dog legs a little bit to the right. Just looking for another good drive here. Set me up to try and attack this in 2. And in an effort to not miss it left, I end up missing it a little bit to the right. There is water down there. There is a hazard. Not sure where it is at this point. Matt, 500 yards from the blue tee. Is this his driver? A little bit low, going a little bit left. He's going to be okay. He's going to be in play. Neither of us are in an ideal spot, unfortunately. And mine did happen to find the hazard. I took a drop. Still had 286 yards in. I'm just hitting a 5-iron from here, just trying to advance it, give myself a wedge in, just trying to get this back in play. Good shot from that position. That was not the easiest lie. So Matt on this side slope still had a long way to go. That was him hitting an 8-iron, just trying to lay up. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. He does still have a wedge in. It's a sand wedge from 118 yards. Catches it just a little bit heavy. Was on a good line, but it comes up just short of the front edge. There, you see that there. I still had 108 yards in. This being my 4th shot. This is a gap wedge. Flighting this back into the wind. Trying to use the slope to the right of the flag. You see it kick left. Again, even though I was hitting gap wedge from 108, that thing spun back a lot. Matt here with his 4th shot, trying to get up and down for par net birdie. Decent chip shot, as Matt said, never checked. Ran a little bit past it. So I've got this 16-foot putt here going back up the hill to save my par. And had it red and just didn't hit it. That was definitely disappointing in the moment. Matt with this par putt here should get our team to 2 under. Fortunately, just misses it on the low side. Good roll though. This for bogey, net par. He tucks that away. That keeps the team at 1 under par through 3. The 4th hole is a 430-yard par 4 that dog legs to the right. I'm looking to hit a similar drive to what I hit on 1 here. Get some good height on it. Get it to carry the bunker that's on the right corner that you can't see from here. That'll set me up with a wedge in. Unfortunately, that's my left miss that comes out. So we've hit one good drive, we've had a right miss and a left miss. Matt electing to hit 3 wood here. That's going to take the bunker out of play and not be too aggressive.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, he tops it. We're not off to a great start here. Matt laying up. Better swing there. That's going to get him back into position. Unfortunately, he does not stroke on this hole. I have 150 yards left in for my second shot here. Pins at the back. This is a 9-iron. Good strike. Never left the flagstick.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Come on, man.
My lord, that must have come close to going in. Matt here with his third shot. Fortunately catches that a little heavy. That's alright. I am mere inches away from the cup. I will tap in for my birdie. That gets me back to 1 over and gets our team to 2 under.
Yeah, I mean,
Here we are discussing strategy for this next tee shot because it's a tricky little par 4. Wondering who should be the aggressive one. So this, the 14th hole, 325 yard par 4. Dog legs hard to the left. You can see it's a bit of a narrow shoot here off the tee. I'm just going to hit a 4-iron here, try to hook it around the corner a little bit, give myself a wedge in, and let Matt hit driver. And that was well done there. Nice strike. Really good for line. That's going to find the middle of the fairway. That's going to allow Matt to step up with driver and try to hook this around the corner.
Yeah, I hooked.
That definitely hooked.
Boy.
So I have 105 yards left from the middle of the fairway here, pinned a little bit on the right side of the green. This is a sand wedge. And I hit well, but unfortunately pushed it out to the right. It's a couple of shots that I've pushed a little bit. That was not a very good wedge shot, and you're going to see this pin is in a diabolical position. We're going to find that out in a minute, but not right away because I'm going to lose my focus standing over the shot and chunk it. More on that later. This for par. Now Matt's out of the hole, so my score here, whatever I make, counts for our team, and look at how rough that pin position is. I still have that putt left for bogey. Make the bogey. That gets me back to 2 over, gets the team back to 1 under through 5. On to the par 3 15th, today playing 158 yards. Hole goes slightly downhill. Matt here with a 9-iron that he was trying to draw in. Fortunately, it just never came back for him, hung out to the right. Good for distance though, I would say that was a good strike. I'm also hitting 9-iron here. I'm trying to take dead aim with this one, trying to get aggressive. Nice little draw, right back to the pin. This looked great in the air.
come on.
Looked great when it landed. And then it started spinning back down the slope. Still a good shot, but disappointing result. Matt here trying to get up and down for par from right of the green. All in all, that was well played, but just much quicker going across the green than he had expected. Still a fairly good shot though. I've got this look for birdie going up the hill. Bit of a double breaker, a bit of a tricky read. Gave it a good effort though. Good for pace, just a little bit off on the line. We've got 2 putts at par here. Matt's going to go first. Just leaves that a little bit on the low side. So it is up to me to make this putt here, to make par for my own score and the team. I'm able to put that away. I remain at 2 over. The team remains at 1 under. It's definitely a slow start. We have got to pick this up. On to the 435 yard 16th hole par 4. See, there's water going down the right side of this hole. We've got this big tree there that you want to take your drive right of that, and obviously stay left of the water. Now, the driver has been a little bit inconsistent, but I would have a hard time hitting a drive much better than that one. That was very nice to see. This hole only plays 371 for Matt, so he elected to hit 3-wood, and that is much better than his last effort with 3-wood. So maybe we're actually getting somewhere here. Maybe we're finding our groove. Matt here had 85 yards left in. That was his sand wedge, which honestly very good for distance, not very good directionally. That is going to leave him a very difficult putt. I myself had 72 yards left in. This is my lob wedge. Tried to bring this in low and try to skip it up the hill, but making sure that I leave it below the flag. That was very well played. I have got a good look at birdie here. Now, I had the easier putt. Decided I was going to go first, and then Matt would have a free run if ever I missed, because my par would have been made, but I go ahead and make the birdie. We're going to see here why Matt's putt was so diabolical. Now, he didn't really take his time on this. I got to defend him there. But yeah, that's a tough putt. So we are 2 under par through 7 as a team. I am 1 over par through 7 on my own ball. On to the 17th, short par 4, 345 yards, dog legs hard to the right. I'm hitting 3-wood here, just trying to put it out into the fairway, giving myself a wedge in. And unfortunately, as I have been doing recently with the 3-wood, that is a pull hook. This club has not been good to me recently. I'm still trying to figure that out. Matt also hitting 3-wood. This hole slightly shorter for him at 327. Now, he did hit this lower than he wanted to, but it was dead straight on a great line. He's going to have a shot from there. So I actually have an open shot, 160 yards in. And we kind of felt like this was downwind, so I hit 9-iron. And it turns out I should have hit 8 because it ended up being into the wind. It was good strike, good for line. You can see that's going to finish near the front portion of the green, and the pin was at the back. Matt had just under 100 yards here. That's his 60-degree. Pretty decent strike. You can see he had a little bit of tree trouble, so he was trying to turn that over. Unfortunately, he also left his near the front of the green, so we're going to have 2 very long looks at birdie here. Matt going first, going up the hill. Great effort. That looked good the entire way. Man, that would have been an absolute bonus if that one had dropped. And now my turn from a very similar distance, again going up the hill. Now, if you could have taken his line and my pace, would have gone in. Fortunately, we can't do that. But that being said, that's 2 pretty good efforts from the front portion of the green there. That's going to be par for me and par for the team. So the team is 2 under par through 8. I am 1 over par through 8 on my own ball. On to the 18th hole, 525 yard par 5 that dog legs to the right and goes downhill off the tee. Again, looking for a good drive here. Now that was well hit, but slightly pushed. It's definitely going down the right side. It's going to work out. It's fine. It's in play. Would have preferred the fairway, however. Matt here hitting driver from the blue tees. It's another top, unfortunately, which is pretty uncharacteristic of Matt. So he's going to lay up with his 4 hybrid. And unfortunately, he's going to hit that one a little bit fat. It does advance the ball. He's going to have a 3rd shot in from the fairway. Meanwhile, I have 208 yards from the right rough. And at the back of this green, there is water left. Decent strike from that lie. Turned over on me a little bit, just asking for a soft bounce. That stays up on the hill. I'm going to have a chip for eagle from beside the green. Matt still with 205 yards in. This is a 6-iron. Unfortunately, he's going to push that well out to the right. That is not going to finish in a very favorable position. See, awkward shot here, got to go under the trees. That's a pitching wedge. And he knew it as soon as he hit it. Just a little too much oomph on that one. So from the left side of the green, I'm hitting my lob wedge here. Chip this up onto the green, let it check and release out to the hole. Nicely judged, just a couple of feet away. Matt here trying to chip in for par, just to secure that. And he's going to go ahead and pick up after that. This here for birdie to get myself back to even par. And the team to 3 under, so it hasn't been great, but that's a decent rally to finish the front 9. On to the first hole, which is a 415-yard par 4 that doglegs slightly to the left. Now there is water left, and there is out of bounds all the way down the right-hand side. This is not the widest of holes. I'm electing to hit driver anyway, just trying to play aggressive here. Good hit, very slight push up the right side, but that is going to be okay. Matt electing to hit 3-wood from the blue tees, this hole playing 380 for him. Not quite topped, but very thin. Matt still has 175 yards in here. That is an 8-iron, fairly well struck, just turned over on him a little bit. That's going to be pin high. He's got a long look at birdie, net, eagle, because he strokes on this hole. I have 67 yards left in from the right rough. A little short-sided, it's a little downwind. This is going to be tough to get close. Just throwing it up in the air with a lob wedge, trying to hit a landing spot, let it release up onto the green. There's a bit of a backstop there, so that's going to come back towards the flag a little bit. All in all, I don't know how much closer I could have got that shot from where I was. Matt with this long look for birdie. Again, birdie, net, eagle. Good for line, left it just a little bit short. That's okay. We now have 2 looks for birdie left because of his stroke. This here, downhill, turning from left to right. Nailed it, and somehow through all of the ups and downs that have happened in this round so far, I'm 1 under par, and I'm going to take that. Matt making his par net birdie. Come on, let's get the vibes going here. So going on to our 11th hole, we are now 4 under par on the day. I am 1 under par on the day. This is a short par 3, 127 yards. We both hit gap wedge here. Now Matt hit a decent shot in the middle of the green. It's going to spin back a little bit. Now, this pin was on the right side on a very small shelf. Very hard to hit the shelf and get the ball to stay there. This is now my turn to hit gap wedge. And this was a good strike on a very good line. This is going to land up on that tier, but then spin way back down towards the front of the green. So, 2 decent shots and very hard to get that close. Matt putting here for birdie, going back up the hill onto that tier. Good putt there by the young man, really good pace control. That was not easy to do. Now I'm going to have a fairly similar look, but not quite on the same angle. Again, going back up that tier, this would be huge.
Go.
Just left it short. That was a tough one to judge the pace on. That's going to be an easy par right there. Matt will also go ahead, finish up for his par. As we move on to our 12th hole of the day, the team's still at 4 under. This is a par 5 from the Gold, 530 yards. Pretty much straight away. There's a late dog leg to the left, but nothing crazy. There is water down the left. There is out of bounds to the right. So again, fairly demanding tee shot. And that's going to be just fine. It's not great. A little bit off the toe. Went a little left, a little low spin, but that's a very acceptable miss. Matt hitting driver, this hole 516 yards for him. Fortunately, he gets a kind of low pull draw. He's going straight at the water, just hoping that it's going to stop. It does not, unfortunately. So he takes his drop. He still has 256 yards in here. That was his 3 hybrid, which he hit great. Lands a little short, runs up onto the green, and actually ran right over the green. So I've got 223 yards left. I'm hitting 4 iron, and I'm expecting that mine is going to roll out the same way that Matt did. So I'm just trying to flight this down a little bit, keep it a little bit lower. This was on a phenomenal line. Landed short and stuck there. Did not get the release I was hoping for, which was unfortunate. Just short of the green here, 45 yards. This is my lob wedge, just trying to pitch and run it up onto the green. Fortunately, just came out really hot from that lie. No spin on it, goes right off the back of the green. So Matt, after taking his drop, this is his 4th shot. It's not an easy spot to be in that kind of fairway collection area. Back down a big slope. Really tough to judge the pace on that one. That putt can be very, very quick. I've got this look for birdie from the back fringe. Downhill, turning from left to right.
Yep.
A decent effort, but a very slight underread. I'll go ahead, tap in for my par. Keeps me at 1 under, keeps the team at 4 under.
Great roll.
And Matt with an incredible par. That's good for confidence. So the par 3 4th hole, today playing 168 yards. Now, we were a little confused by the wind here. It really felt down, even though we felt like most of the day it would have been more into on this hole. I decided to trust what we're feeling and just hit a nice hard 9 iron. Should be a very good club if it's downwind. Unfortunately, I did not hit it great, and we misjudged the wind. So this goes a little short, little left. Luckily, it is okay. It does avoid the water, but that was frustrating. Matt here also hitting 9 iron from the blue tees. Unfortunately, he is going to pull this one, wave goodbye to it, because that is going to land right in the water. Matt takes a drop, hitting his 3rd shot. He is going to pitch that one up onto the green. Actually, a great golf shot from where he was. Very short-sighted, very nicely done. I've got a very similar shot from a little closer. Again, hard time focusing on this one. More on that again later. Leave that short. Another chip here. Trying to get up and down here to save bogey. Hit that one a little thin. You can see the frustration there. This is unraveling here. Unraveling quickly. This putt here to save bogey, get myself back to even par on the day. Able to limit the damage, which was nice. So after the mishaps on the par 3, the team is back to -3. I'm back to even par. We do have a par 5 ahead of us now. 485 yards. This one dog legs to the right, but there's no point in trying to cut the corner off the tee. The dog leg happens later on. Need a good drive here. And it was well hit, but in an effort to not miss left, I leave the face open. Heading towards the out of bounds. We're not sure if that's going to be in play or not. Matt hitting driver from the blue tees. He's going to do the opposite of what I did, and he's going to go left. At least his ball, we know, is going to be in play, though it might not be ideal. I'm hitting a provisional here, just in case my ball ended up going out of bounds. And classic overcorrection, not wanting to send a second ball towards the out of bounds markers. Matt finds his ball closer to the next hole, but still in play. He's able to advance it. Well done from there. My first one was out of play, so this is now my fourth shot. 199 yards in. This is a 6-iron. The one thing you can't do here is miss this green to the left, because you see where that pin is. Getting up and down from there is next to impossible. That is a big mistake, and I know it, as you can hear. Matt now hitting his third shot in here. That was a gap wedge from 133 yards. His shot as well going left, so neither of us are in a good position. Matt did find the bunker. This is incredibly tough, but my lord, did he play that well. Lips it out. What a bonus that would have been. Great recovery shot there from Matt. So I'm feeling like I need to make a move at this point. I'm going to get really stupidly aggressive with that chip, trying to play the absolute perfect shot instead of just chipping it onto the green. There's my focus. Still not on the green. Trying to laugh it off, but internally there's some stuff going on right now, which I will talk about later. This putt here for double bogey. Tons of break from left to right. Very quick down the slope. Decent effort. Not good enough. Matt, this here for par. Just a slight overread. Man, neither of us have really had it today, but this is one hole where we both really just let it go. Matt here taking his time, clean up for his bogey. That's done. I've still got a little bit of work here to make sure that I make no worse than triple on this par 5. It's in, but the damage has been done. So after making back-to-back bogeys in the team game, we are down to 2 under, and after going 4 over through the last 2, I've gone from 1 under to 3 over. We are now on the 6th hole, a 145-yard par 3, pin on the right side of the green. That is a 9-iron back up into the wind that looked very good. Good swing there, good bounce back after what had happened on the previous hole. Matt as well hitting 9-iron. Unfortunately, he's going to lose his out to the right. And he is going to find himself in a fairly interesting spot here. Terrible lie, overhanging branches. He's got no choice but to play like a low spinning shot with a 60 degree, which honestly from there, he did incredibly well. I'm not sure you could have done much better from where he was. Matt putting for par from the back fringe.
Nice.
Straight 3? That's textbook right there.
Yep, textbook par from Matt.
I think it's me.
That looked really good. That gives me a good run here at birdie. Trying to make a late charge up the leaderboard here after some issues. Hit a great putt, just expected it to break a little bit left as it got up towards the hole. Fortunately, it does not. But that is a nice, easy par. Pars aren't going to do very much for us at the moment. Our 16th hole is a 507-yard par 5. It's one straight away downhill. There is water short and right of the green. Good drive here really sets you up to attack this green in 2, and that's what we need right now. It's a good drive. It's not a great drive. Like, listen, it's straight, it's in the fairway, it just wasn't a great strike. I did sacrifice a little bit of distance, but that's fine. Matt, this hole plays 489 for him. That's the Matt drive. We know, man, when he connects, he can really get it out there. I have 218 yards left. Pin on the back left side of the green. This is a 4-iron. Good strike, but just drew on me a little bit. You see this is going to land left of the green, take a big kick left, end up in the long stuff, which I thought was hazard, but it ends up it wasn't marked. Matt with 172 yards left. That was an 8 iron that he unfortunately pushes out to the right. It is going to be pin high, but just off the right side of the green, he did take the water out of play. So luckily we do find my ball, because if we hadn't, I had to go back into the fairway. But this is not pretty. Terrible lie. You can barely see the golf ball. I've got to give this a big swing. And I could not have expected that it was going to come out that good. I got all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky that that stayed in bounds. Matt's going to go ahead while I walk back to my ball. Decent chip there, just came up a little bit short. Now I'm almost out of bounds, I'm almost in the road, I really have no shot. This is a gap wedge, just trying to keep it low, hit into that slope, hoping that it would somehow slow down and stay on the top level. It doesn't, but it does catch the rough around the green, which keeps it a little closer. Now again, this is a diabolical pin. This is very hard to get close to. You're going to see this is just going to keep running away from the hole. Fairly good shot from where I was, but again, not playing these par 5s well. Matt for birdie. Not his best effort. This is me trying to save bogey. And expected that one to turn more earlier. Just a misread. So we've gone triple bogey, double bogey on the last 2 par 5s. That is painful. Matt here for his par. He's able to put that away, thankfully. Though the team, 2 under par after 16. Not very good. And a net best ball pro-am. The 17th hole, 320 yard par 4. We're both going to try and drive this green. There was water short and right. Matt hit a good drive, but did just push it. That's going to find the trees, and unfortunately we never found the ball. I'm also hitting driver here. We don't really have much to lose. My patented left miss, which at this point the frustration is very real. So I have 56 yards in. I'm pretty dead. It's my lob wedge. Almost got to hit like a flop shot. The entire green runs away from me and to the right from this angle. Very hard to not just hit the green but get anything close. All things considered, that was a pretty good shot. Left myself an uphill birdie putt here, about 15 feet. And I left it short, which was frustrating because we had absolutely nothing to lose at this point. The 9th hole, our 18th, is a 387 yard par 4 that dog legs to the left. This fairway is very tight. You've got trees all the way down the right side. You have water down the left. I'm trying to hit 4-iron with a very slight draw on it. And the slight draw turns into an overdraw, and that is going to bring the water into play, though we can't see from the tee. Matt hitting his 3 hybrid off the tee. He gets a little bit under that one, unfortunately. So Matt hits 6-iron in from 200 yards out. Good strike. Just pulled it. That's going to finish a little bit left of the green. All in all from there, not bad. My ball did find the water, so I took a drop. This is my 3rd shot. This is a 9-iron from 152 yards. Pretty good shot from there. Just heading towards the middle of the green, you can come up just shy of the flagstick. Matt from almost on the street. This is going uphill, then onto a green, which is running away from him. Honestly, again, from where he was, that's pretty good. That was no easy shot there. I've got this putt from the middle of the green for my par, breaking from left to right. Decent effort, but a slight underread. Matt putting for par from the right fringe.
Bye-bye.
You said bye-bye. Yeah, I guess I did go a little further past than you would like. Matt taps in his bogey. That was a stroke hole for him, so it is par. Again, doesn't mean much at this point. This here for my bogey. And a round of 6 over par, 78. That was not great.
It was fun.
There was good, there was a lot of bad, but there were absolutely moments where I just could not focus. And I'm going to get into more of that when we recap this round right now. Alright guys, recapping that round. Let's just say for starters, that was not pretty. And that goes for Matt and for myself, more for myself. I can't really speak for Matt though. I guess I kind of have to in this recap. We'll start with the team game, the ProAm aspect. Neither Matt or I had obviously had a particularly good day. We were both off. And if you're gonna play well in one of these ProAm formats, you at least need one of the guys to have a solid round and then hope that the guy who's struggling a little bit kind of chips in when the other guy has a bad hole. And we were just incapable of doing that today. You know, Matt's been going through a lot of swing changes. He's been struggling a little bit. He's going through a wrist injury as well. You know, it's not ideal circumstances for him. And then we know that I haven't had my best stuff. And on a personal level today was very difficult for me for some personal reasons. I'm not going to go into any details just for the privacy of, you know, respecting the privacy of myself and of my family. But there's been some stuff going on in my life recently which has been very difficult to deal with and has consumed a lot of my energy. And for the most part, I've done a very good job of, for a lack of better words, leaving this stuff at home and not bringing it out onto the golf course with me. For some reason today, I wasn't able to compartmentalize it. And I'm sure I'm gonna get some guys in the comments yelling out about excuses. You know, yes, I've had injury trouble this year. Yes, there was a tournament where I was physically not well. I know it seems that there is always something going on, and I mean, I feel that too. I feel like this year specifically, doesn't matter what's happening, there always seems to be an extra obstacle to overcome, this being the most recent one. Now, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. I am 1000% accountable for the way that I play, for the scores that I post. The reason I'm bringing this up is because the whole point of this channel is to tell a story, and this is an integral part of today's story. So I know I don't have the best short game in the world, but it has been much better this year than it has been in the past, and we saw a few short game shots today where, I mean, practically duffs, which is way out of character. I mean, even when my short game wasn't good, these would have been horrendous shots. And I literally found myself standing over these shots today, and instead of like being focused on my pre-shot routine and what I should be thinking about, my mind is literally elsewhere thinking about this off-course stuff that I'm going through. And yeah, I didn't do a good job of blocking that out. And I hold myself accountable for that. Like, hands up, should have done a better job there. Anyways, today, very disappointing, because in the last tournament that I played in, I played some pretty good golf, but hadn't really scored very well. And I just felt like we were kind of trending back in the right direction. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there was good that came out of today. I had a slow start, you know, a couple missed shots early, 2 over par through 3, ended up getting it back to 1 under par through 10. So like the fight was there, and managed to make a reasonable amount of birdies to kind of get myself back into things. But you know, like a couple of stupid mistakes and just two bad holes on the back 9 where I made triple on a par 5 and then double on another par 5 2 holes later. And I mean, things just unraveled. It's not like I played like crap the entire day, but you know, there was a bunch of crap in there anyway, and you end up shooting 78. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I believe the winning score in the pro side of the event ended up being 3 under, which is very gettable on that golf course. I mean, I shot 4 under par in this event last year, and it's not like I played out of my mind. I actually don't know where I finished. I know that's something you guys want to know. I was in such a disappointed state when I got off the golf course that I didn't even look. I don't know where we finished as a team. I don't know where I finished individually. I just wanted to get out of there, and you know, Roxanne, who'd filmed for us, we ended up going and having dinner and just talked a lot about the stuff that I'm going through personally, and what I can do to resolve those issues going forward and try to mitigate, you know, what happened today from happening again. That's going to be a work in progress. I'm not really sure what else to say about that, but I am going to be addressing what's going on. Anyways, unfortunate result. Really felt like we were coming back, and then just another setback. Just feels like that's been nonstop this year. We do have the biggest event of the year coming up next. So I've got to find a way to compartmentalize things, find a way to focus, and keep building on what I've been working on recently, because I do feel like we're trending back in the right direction. Thanks a lot to Roxanne for coming out to film. Thanks a lot to Matt for partnering up with me in this event. You know, obviously we would have liked to have done more like what we've done last year, but golf is hard, and I'm hoping that we get another crack at this one again next summer. If you're enjoying the content, please do us the favor, hit that like button, leave us a comment down below, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's it for this one. Thanks again for watching. And as always, I'll be back again next week with another video. Cheers, guys.